NFL teams have to be to the 80-man roster limit by 3 p.m. Central Time, which is the only time zone tomorrow on Tuesday. Vikings getting a jump start on that by releasing veteran wide receiver Burt Wilson, as well as waiving with an injury designation defensive tackle, defensive end Jullian Taylor. Now, this isn't exactly like a demerit against Albert Wilson. This is actually doing him a solid because with Wilson, he wasn't going to make the roster because the Vikings have an extremely deep young wide receiver room. I mean, B.C. Johnson, Myron Mitchell, Tristan Jackson, Jalen Naylor, Dan Chisena, 3 of those guys probably aren't going to make the 53. It'll be a mismatch of who's going to be on the practice squad. So you are giving Albert Wilson a weak head start to find himself a team. I think that he will be on the roster somewhere in 2022. He's 30 years young. 2014 UDFA out of Georgia State, made his bones with the Chiefs, got paid by the Dolphins, career 12 touchdowns, also was a recipient of both Kellen Mond, Raiders preseason game touchdowns, but sort of it is what it is. And Jullian Taylor, 27 years young, 2018 7th-round pick out of Temple, had a 3-year run with the Niners, ended up here as veteran depth for the Vikings. He is waived with the injury designation. Had some hand issues, hadn't played in either of the preseason games. And if Jullian Taylor goes through waivers unclaimed, which he likely will, he'll revert to Vikings injured reserve like they did at 85-man cuts last week with nose tackle Tyree Stevenson, as well as wide receiver Thomas Hennigan. And Burt Wilson pointed out, first time for everything, getting cut, which is an amazing thing. You know, coming in as a UDFA, played for the Chiefs and the Dolphins, never gotten cut, always just had contracts expire. It is really kind of inspiring for Albert Wilson, but you know, he just didn't really do enough in training camp or practice. He did have a nice preseason game against the Raiders, but sort of is what it is. And like we mentioned, Vikings, they're going to go deep at wide receiver, man. Now, Burt Wilson could have made some hay potentially as a punt returner, but he had a couple bobbles in practice, and all, even though the Vikings have no idea who their punt returner is going to be, whatever. And then Jullian Taylor, who I like, except he was going to have a hard time cracking the lineup, whether it be on the roster or the practice squad, just because he was behind the 8 ball due to that injury. So him being on injured reserve, you know, staying in the sphere, staying in the building could be a benefit for him long term. But that's it. Vikings have cut veteran wide receiver Albert Wilson. Since he's a vested veteran, he doesn't have to go through waivers. He can sign with the team today right away, gets a head start on 53-man cuts, as well as they waived with injury designation defensive tackle Jullian Taylor. They still have 4 more to go since they added Nick Mullins. They technically had 86 players on the roster this morning, so 4 more cuts by 3 p.m. tomorrow. And that's it. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Once worth of work, put a little something in the Venmo, but till next time, Skull Production Value.